there, it's Mallory here with Cats.com, where we're all about cats. And in this video, I want to give you 5 signs that your cat misses you when you're not home. It's one of those things that you both want and don't want. It's nice to think that your cat misses you when you're gone. That seems to indicate that they're attached to you, that they care. And yet at the same time, it can be really hard to think about your cat being lonely and frustrated and missing you every time you leave the house. So in this video, I want to give you 5 indicators that your cat does in fact miss you when you're not home. And then we'll talk a little bit more about some ways to address this issue, how to help your cat feel a little bit happier when you're away from the home. So first off, let's simply answer the question. Yes, cats can miss their humans when they're away from home. Cats can form close bonds with people. They tend to do this in particular if they were connected to that person very early in life. For instance, if they're a bottle baby, or if you adopted your kitten at a very young age, especially before the age of 9 weeks, then that cat is going to be really connected to you. They're going to be really bonded to you, and they're going to very likely feel bad when you're away from home. In other cases, many cats are pretty comfortable with their humans being out of the house for pretty long periods of time, so you can leave your cat for a whole day, and they generally won't really mind that much. So to find out if your cat is one of those who finds it really hard to deal with you being out of the house, here are a few signs. The first sign that your cat probably misses you when you're away from home is if when you enter the door, they're either right next to the door already, or they just come running to hang out with you, and they're really clingy and affectionate for the rest of the evening or whenever you're back home. If your cat turns into a Velcro cat the instant you come home, and then this kind of tapers off over the course of the day, then it's a good sign that your cat missed you while you were out of the house. Now, whether or not this actually translates to some kind of separation anxiety is going to be indicated by other signs. So another sign that your cat misses you and is also dealing with some kind of anxiety is that they will chase after you when you're about to leave. So you're walking out the door, your cat's following you to the door, they're meowing. They seem like they don't really want you to leave. Another sign is that your cat has become destructive when you're away from home. They're scratching things, they're maybe urinating on things. They are exhibiting kind of boredom-related behaviors that end up being kind of destructive. In addition to this kind of bored behavior, you might also see signs of stress. So my next sign is that perhaps coinciding with some change in your schedule, you're spending less time at the house, your cat started to exhibit signs of stress. Signs of stress in cats can include these kinds of unwanted behaviors. They can also include cystitis. So stress cystitis is an issue where the bladder or urinary tract becomes inflamed, and this is associated with stress. They have started urinating outside of the litter box, defecating outside of the litter box, meowing a lot, perhaps some increased aggression there. These are all signs that your cat is stressed. And if you can pinpoint this starting around the same time you're spending less time around the house, it's a good sign that your cat feels uncomfortable with you being away for so much of the time. Now, of course, a lot of these stress symptoms can also be associated with illness, so you want to talk with your vet to rule that out. But if you can make that kind of connection on that timeline, don't ignore it. My last sign will require some help from a security camera or maybe even another person in the house, but it is that when you leave the house, your cat is meowing, they're acting really antsy and miserable. I've seen videos of cats kind of scratching at the door for really long periods of time, meowing, acting really upset after their person leaves the house. If you are able to see your cat doing this, it's a really good sign that they have some separation anxiety. So if you think that your cat is experiencing some stress, is feeling kind of sad when you're away from home, there are a few things that you can do to help. One is environmental enrichment. You hear me talking about this a lot, but making your home environment more interesting for your cat is going to make a world of difference here. This brings me to the sponsor of this week's video, which is Tuft & Paw. I've talked about this brand pretty often on the channel here. They offer a wide variety of stylish and functional cat furniture items, including the Cove litter box, which is among my favorites, and a wide variety of furnishings that can help to keep your cat entertained when you're away from home. So check out the link in the description and the pinned comment to learn more about Tuft and Paw. In addition to outfitting your home with furnishings like scratchers, cat trees, perches, elevated beds, you can also think about simple little tweaks to the home arrangement that'll make things more interesting. For instance, positioning your cat's bed near a window, giving them the opportunity to bird watch, putting a bird feeder outside of the window, placing your cat's food bowls in scattered places around the home so they have to hunt for them, or even using something like Doc and Phoebe's hunting feeder toys. All of these things will keep your cat's brain engaged, whether you're at home or not. In addition to enriching the environment, you want to create a stable and engaging routine for your cat. By establishing consistent daily and weekly routines, you give your cat kind of a consistent container for their life. And as natural predators and hunters whose instincts all revolve around these kind of timed schedules and routines, this is deeply satisfying for them. So even though you're not necessarily at home that often to kind of do things with your cat, you should make time around your schedule to do things consistently, maybe in the morning and the evenings. If you can wake up at the same time every day, feed your cat at the same time each day, have a good play session with them before you leave, and then wind down with some more play, some more food, maybe some more snuggle time. The more consistent you can keep your routine, even if you have kind of an inconsistent work schedule or other things to work around, as much consistency as you can add is going to be of huge benefit to your cat. It's going to make your absences feel more expected and more routine, and it'll make everything a little bit easier once it's resting on this platform of consistency. One other thing you can do is, if you suspect that your cat just tends to be kind of anxious and stressed out, is to use certain calming aids. So you can consider installing feel-away diffusers around the home, synthetic pheromones. These can help cats. Some cats can benefit from some anti-anxiety chews or supplements. And you can also think about any other circumstances in your cat's environment that could be stressing them out. Other cats, competition for resources, other changes around the home, and balancing those things out and giving your cat good outlets so that they're not too stressful. It's going to make it a lot easier for your cat to deal with you not being home all the time. My last suggestion for cats who are missing you a lot is to get another cat. It's not the right choice for every cat, but cats are sociable with other cats. They can form really great bonds with members of their own species. And so if you establish that your cat is a good candidate, then this can make a huge difference. So I would recommend watching my video on signs you should get a second cat and see if it might make sense for yours. And you just might find that the addition of another cat in the home alleviates a lot of that loneliness. So I hope this video was helpful and shed some light on your cat's experience of you leaving the house. Let me know in the comments if you think your cat misses you when you're away from home and how you deal with that, how you make sure that they really feel the love as soon as you're back. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.